Add discovery to the applet. Discovery was heaven sent. Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday, if it's Saturday for you. Good to see you. Flow fast. Pasicho, Claudia. The done deal. Mods at the ready. It's about to be some foolishness. Anytime I talk about Aiden Ross, I get a bunch of bots. So, hello, beautiful. Hello, hello, hello. Yes. Good to see you all. Shout out to everybody who's watching. Hit the like button, share the live. We are here with a Drake lawsuit update. We'll get into the specifics of which lawsuit in just a second. There are several. If you don't know, it can be confusing. I had to do some refreshing for a minute this morning. We are gathered here today. I don't even know anybody in Missouri. I don't have any influence in Missouri. Why are you suing me in the district of Missouri? I ain't got nothing to do with Missouri. Hello, beautiful. Good to see you. Musical curiosity. Hello, Marshall Irons. Bentino. Angie, how you doing? So yes, if you don't know, hi, I'm Absa. Welcome to the channel. Hit the like button, subscribe. We're working our way to 20,000, I have been totally sloughing. I realized when I got an alert about this and I went to log in and Pacer said, pay me. I said, yeah. I've really been sloughing on the docket fund. So docket fund, all things. Cash app, your auntie, $2. Okay. $2. They said, you locked out, babes. You're gonna have to throw down some cash. You locked out. I said, I thought about it for a minute. I actually waited. I got this alert yesterday and I tried to log in and it was like, no, you owe us money. I said, okay, all right, let me wait and see if somebody else, pays for it and puts it on court listener. I waited. I woke up this morning, checked. It wasn't there. I said, okay. I said, all right, okay, all right. I need to, I need to be better about, inviting the support. So thank you. Cash app your auntie $2 for the docket fund. That cleared off the final quarter of you had paid down quite a bit. The final quarter of 2025, that's paid off. First quarter 2026 will be due in 30 days or something like that. So let's start knocking that one out, okay? And so starts the chat. Get it going. Go ahead. Get it going. Vroom, vroom. Warm up them engines. Queen Medina, it's good to see you, beautiful. Rev up them engines. Start your engines. Be sure to hit that like button. I should have seen it coming. I should have seen it. I mean, I knew it was going to be. I was like, well, the documents might be boring. Who knows? We'll see. I did have to do a huge refresher on what is this case. It is Missouri. Okay. It is the Western District of Missouri. This started off as a local case and then was moved to the federal level. It is a proposed class action lawsuit filed by a gentleman named Justin Kilham. Okay. This is not Virginia, wherein we get into serious accusations about how the defendants allegedly use the platform, okay, behind the scenes. I said, "Oh, I got some energy this morning because I know the chat is going to be on it, okay? And we're going to learn some things." So, this lawsuit was filed locally in Missouri, then it was moved to the federal level, as I said, proposed class action. What we've done here, we've read the lawsuit. We've read the response to the lawsuit, which was kind of hilarious in a, I don't know, sad kind of way, because you really start to peel back the layers of how Stakes parent company Sweepstakes operates. So when we read their response, I will remind you that this is when we saw Stakes saying, actually, when you agreed to use our platform, you agree not to sue us. It's on this page at this link. Okay. Here are all the times that you agreed to it. Here's when we updated it. You agreed to it again. You had to agree to it to use the platform. If you declined our terms of services, then you never got to use our platform. You accepted our terms of services every single time. You said, therefore, that if you have a problem with us, a third party related to us, Drake, Aiden Ross, that we would go to arbitration, right? That was one aspect of sweep. Is that what it's called? Yeah, Sweepstakes Limited, which is Stakes parent company. That was part of their response. Drake and Aiden Ross, part of their response was, "But we've never targeted Missouri. Just because information is available to in Missouri doesn't mean that we targeted it at Missouri. We have no relationship, no business relationship, no personal relationship. We don't live in Missouri. We haven't targeted anything at Missouri. You can't prove that we have intentionally influenced anybody specifically in Missouri, since you are saying that we have broken Missouri related laws, right?" So that was that was a moment where we were like, "Damn." Mm, mm, mm. What is happening? Oh my god. Perfect. Rose says, "Just because I did something legally dubious in general doesn't mean I did it in a particular state it happened to be in." Perfect. What's wrong with you? Chat woke up this morning and chose violence. Probably heaven sent violence. Mm, mm. Slushy boy. That's what I was calling him in my head this morning. Oh, we gonna talk about slushy boy. We into spring now, slushy boy. I'm just saying. Look at that, y'all. Look at that. Look at us. Look at us. Back to the document reads. Oh. Hmm. So when I got the alerts for this, I totally misinterpreted it. because I couldn't see what it was because it was like, "Pay me." And I was like, give me a minute." Um, yeah, I totally misinterpreted what it was. I thought it was judge action, but it is not judge action. It is sweepstakes action. Sweepstakes is trying to stop discovery, into them and into old boys, Drake and Aiden Ross. And so we have quite a few documents. And these are things that we don't normally see unless they start fighting. They're fighting. Hoo, 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 hoo. They're fighting. So they have put some things on the docket that we wouldn't normally see related to discovery. And this is how we know that discovery is happening because they have served sweepstakes and they have served Drake and Aiden Ross requests for production as well as interrogatories. Okay. Requests for production are we want you to produce things, typically documentation, records of some kind. Interrogatories are questions that you have to answer. And so they have sent Drake and Aiden Ross both requests for production and interrogatories. Now, before you get too excited, because I had to refresh my brain with which lawsuit is this? Usually I don't deep dive into documents, but I did take a good gander at what it is that we are going to look at. And so here's what has happened prior to this. Drake, Aiden, and Sweepstakes are trying to get this dismissed or moved to arbitration. So the lawyers who have filed this lawsuit are saying, okay, we're going to need some discovery related to your argument that at the very least this should go to arbitration. Like we want to test that with some initial discovery. So this is limited in scope to that. It's not necessarily all of the juicy questions, okay? But juicy questions to follow, depending. But I haven't read every single question. I was just like, let me see what this is because it was a filing and it was a lot of attachments. And you know, when we get attachments, we get some tea. Interrogatories, they can really play in your face. Okay. When they really want to peel back the layers, they can really play in your face and they can ask you anything that they think that they can argue is relevant to their lawsuit. So yes, interrogatories, yeah, yeah. They've been moments on this channel. They've been moments. This is how we found out Drake was asking about Dave Free and them babies. Mhm. Yes. So, support the docket fund. Shoot your auntie $2. Okay. So, we here's our motion to stay, which is to stop for now discovery. That's what this page says. Let me give you a little bit more. So, here's what we're going to look at. Plaintiff's request for production related to arbitration to defendant sweepstakes limited. I don't know if we're actually going to look at that, but here's a list of what all of the attachments were. We'll say that. Plaintiff's interrogatories related to arbitration to defendant sweepstakes limited. Okay. Exhibit 3, true and correct copy of plaintiff's request for production to defendants Aubrey, Drake, Graham, and Aiden Ross, served March 2, 2026. So that lets us know, how recent this has gone down. So I take it LaRussell isn't catching a break yet either. Well, good morning to you. Thank you, beautiful. More lawsuit news. This is what Aubrey Graham should be talking about with all that which one and what did I miss? Oh gosh, you guys are incredible. So, and then they're also arguing about the electronic storage of Discovery. Okay. Exhibit 1. This is gonna be a little bit of a refresher for some folks and maybe new information for others, so bear with me if all of this is familiar to you, but I want to explain it for anybody who's new and, you know, is not familiar. So, request for production related to arbitration to Defendant Sweepstakes Limited. So, in this kind of a document, the first thing that you're gonna see is definitions. For example, they define action. They define Aiden Ross, or defendant Ross, which refers to defendant Aiden Ross, together with any of his affiliate corporations, businesses, subsidiaries, divisions, subdivisions, predecessors, successors, parents, and affiliates, and its respective officers, directors, employees, partners, representatives, agents, attorneys, accountants, or other persons occupying similar positions or performing similar functions. Notice it has his parents in there as a part of the definition for Aiden Ross. Because somebody puts everything in his mom's name. Isn't that what he said? Didn't he say something like that? They define agreements. They define the word and the word or. They define the word any, all, each, every. Aubrey Drake Graham, or Drake, or defendant Graham, refers to defendant Aubrey Drake Graham together with any of his affiliate corporations, businesses, subsidiaries, divisions, subdivisions, predecessors, successors, parents, and affiliates, and its respective officers, directors, employees, partners, representatives, agents, attorneys, accountants, or other persons occupying similar positions or performing similar functions. They put parents and partners in there for the definition of Drake. Just on the definitions, it's subtlety. Just on definitions, subtlety. Your parents, your partners, don't your daddy be gambling? We'll find out. I definitely thought about that. Okay, so they define communication, complaint, documents, electronic media, electronically stored information. They define identify. They define including, mandatory acceptance pages, person, possession, custody, or control, related, stake, stake.us, users, you. Then they give instructions, and you have to follow the instructions. Provide a complete answer to each individual request below. We're going to get to what the specifics are. Construe the terms defined above in the individual request. If you assert a timely objection, blah, 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 blah. So they go through that. If you withhold, they want date, the identity of the author, identity of the person or persons to whom the document is, so they break it down very, very clearly of what it is that they are looking for and the information that you have to provide. Then they define the time period of the discovery. Unless otherwise limited in scope by the language of the request, the relevant time period for these requests is from July 2023 to the present. I mean, excuse me, February. Wow. I really said July. February 2023 to the present. Drake v. UMG is hardwired into my brain. Oh, wow. PTSD, flashback. Okay. So they get into some things that they want from steak. I'm really just gonna kind of brush over that. A lot of that, I should say. All documents reflecting communications or agreements between you and your social media influencers, including but not limited to Defendant Ross and Defendant Drake, concerning or related to the arbitration provision in your terms and conditions. All employee training manuals or handbooks or other written guidance you have used since 2023 relating to the arbitration provision in your terms and conditions. Because remember, sweepstakes is arguing there should not ever be a lawsuit. It's hard baked into our terms of services that people cannot sue us, and they agreed to that when they agree to use our platform. And if there is a legitimate problem, that it goes to arbitration. Hello, beautiful. He did get called an influencer. I'm the wow. Hello to everybody who's watching. Hit the like button, share the live. All documents reflecting communications between you and Missouri consumers other than plaintiff relating to the arbitration agreement in your terms and conditions. All documents between you and state and federal government agencies, law enforcement, and or regulators concerning the arbitration agreement in your terms and conditions. All documents relating to you negotiating with Missouri users concerning the arbitration agreement contained in and or any other aspect of the terms and conditions, including users who have attempted to or who have in fact opted out of arbitration. So, very focused on terms and conditions. Okay. A lot of things are repetitive. So these are examples of interrogatories. I'm looking for anything related to the influencers. But they're going through the mandatory acceptance pages, terms of services, and so forth. Describe in detail the contractor, subcontractor, or supplier and third-party beneficiary relationship related to Aiden and Drake. including identifying all agreements that show such a relationship. We want your contracts, boy. They want to see your splits. Imagine that. That's really quite hilarious. Request for production to defendants Aubrey Drake Graham and Aiden Ross. Agreement means without limitation any understanding, arrangement, contract, promise, commitment, or meeting of the minds, whether written, oral, electronic, or implied by conduct, between two or more persons relating to any subject matter at issue in this action. I'm just looking for any interesting definitions that I might not have seen in the previous documents. Viewers or followers means persons who have viewed your content and or who have subscribed to your public-facing profile account on internet platforms such as Kick, Instagram, YouTube, and X that host content created by you and or on your behalf for public consumption. And then they go through the instructions. Again, February 2023 to the present. Documents relating to the arbitration provision in stakes terms and conditions, documents relating to the creation, development, use, and or revision over time by you of the arbitration provision in stakes terms and conditions, documents reflecting communications or agreements between any combination of you and any other defendant relating to the arbitration provision in stakes terms and conditions, documents relating to your compensation for promoting stake, documents relating to you presenting or otherwise communicating the arbitration agreement and or the terms and conditions to stake users, documents relating to your analysis or assessment or evaluation of the effects of the presence of the stake arbitration agreement in the terms and conditions, documents relating to any content you have created, advertised, or posted relating to stake.us that has been published solely on nationally or globally available internet platforms, including Kick, Instagram, and X, as stated in your declaration in support of your motion to dismiss, in addition to similar material published to YouTube and other online platforms. This is interesting. So they're trying to ascertain the veracity of Drake's knowledge and relationship to the terms of service. When has he promoted them? That doesn't mean he has to say the terms of service are. If he shares the website, is he promoting the terms of service to users? I'm sure an attorney would argue, yeah, because that's what attorneys do. They argue shit. So, yeah. Oh my God. You ain't said nothing but a word. The curse of Ra really is reverberating throughout history and time on this man. Truly. Oh, man. Documents relating to any stake.us related content used to advertise stake.us in any state of the United States, whether or not it was your intention or understanding that it would be used in the state of Missouri, as stated in your declaration in support of your motion to dismiss. Documents relating to the contractor, subcontractor, or supplier relationship, as stated in defendant's motion to compel arbitration and stay proceedings between you and defendant Sweepstakes Limited. All documents identified in response to plaintiff's interrogatories to you, documents relied upon in answering plaintiff's interrogatories to you. So that's the request for production, wherein they reference the interrogatories. And this is the interrogatories to Drake and Aiden. Um, Again, interrogatories are written questions that you have to write answers to. And again, they go through definitions and instructions, time period, and all of that. They got a homepage in here. That's something that I saw right off the bat that looks a little bit different, or at least I didn't catch it in any of the other ones. Again, they go through the mandatory, so-called mandatory acceptance pages. Registration page. Users, viewers, instructions. Oh gosh, are we gonna get into his little troll accounts? Identify all social media platforms, websites, and other online venues where you have created content, advertised, posted, promoted, mentioned, or referenced stake. Describe in detail any contractual relationship between you and stake, including the date the relationship began, the compensation terms, the promotional requirements, and any territorial restrictions or target audience specifications. So, if you understood that you were restricted from operating or advertising in certain places, what was your understanding? Identify all persons, including but not limited to marketing agencies, talent managers, or consultants involved in negotiating, managing, or executing your contractual relationship with stake and the promotion activities you perform pursuant to that relationship. That's a very specifically worded question. Identify all persons, including but not limited to marketing agencies, talent managers, or consultants involved in negotiating, managing, or executing your contractual relationship with stake and the promotion activities you perform pursuant to that relationship. Hmm, how interesting. Identify all persons involved in creating, reviewing, or approving your stake related content, advertising, posting, promoting, mentioning, or referencing promotional activities, including any persons responsible for ensuring compliance with applicable laws or platform policies. I mean, foundationally, but Virginia goes hard in other directions. KT Dub knows the wires. It's a double entendre to a marketing agency. Well, isn't this fascinating? Uh, oh boy. Identify all analytics, metrics, or data you have received or have access to regarding the geographic location of viewers or followers who watch your stake related content, advertising, posting, promoting, mentioning, or referencing promotional activities, including but not limited to viewership statistics from Missouri. Describe all methods you use to track, measure, or analyze the geographic location of your viewers or followers across all platforms where you create and post content that advertises, promotes, mentions, or references stake. Identify all communications between any combination of you and any other defendant in this action regarding targeting specific geographic markets, including any discussions about the Missouri market or United States market generally. Identify all data or information you possess regarding the effectiveness of your stake related content, advertising, posting, promoting, mentioning, or referencing activities in driving new user registrations or gambling activity on stake. Stake US or stake.com, including any metric specific to Missouri users. They went ahead and said gambling activity. You got a contract for promotion, you got metrics. You got KPIs, you got deliverables, you got outcomes, you got all that. Great article. Incredible article. Who would have thunk? Missouri in the United States of America? For real, for real? Describe all steps you have taken, if any, to prevent Missouri residents from viewing, accessing, or engaging with your stake related content. Identify all promotional codes, referral links, or similar mechanisms you have provided to viewers or followers to use on stake, and whether the geographic location of persons who use these codes or links is among the metrics tracked by those codes and links. These are really smart questions. Because remember, Drake and Aiden are like, we have no relationship to Missouri. And these questions are like, we would like to see that. Let's go ahead and test that. On its face, I remember reading it and thinking, well, this could be grand opening, grand closing. And now I'm like, no, I don't think it is grand opening, grand closing. If the judge allows this discovery to go forward, these are really great, smart, technical questions. You're killing me. Shocked noises. But up bump. Missouri? Oh, we thought it said misery. You know the boy don't read. State the number of persons from Missouri who have used your promotional codes or referral links on stake and the total value of their gambling activities. The use of the word gambling is killing me. They're like, it's gambling. We're going to call it gambling. Turning his followers into a bunch of gambling degenerates. I will never forget reading that. Well, of course they track that. Of course they track that.
I study rap battles for a living.
Why you do that? His mama called him gambling. I'm going to call him gambling. It's killing me. That's a good one. That's basically it. We go use the government name. Oh, gosh. Okay. Describe all instances where you have mentioned specific states, regions, or locations within the United States during your stake-related content, advertising, posting, promoting, mentioning, or referencing promotional activities, including any such references to Missouri. State whether you have ever physically visited Missouri for any purpose, including concerts, media events, or other activities of any sort, and engage in any promotional activities related to stake during said visit. And if so, provide the dates, locations, and purposes of such visits. Oh boy, we about to find out about Drake's Missouri ting. That's why I started laughing. I was just like, oh God, this question is such shade. You ever spat in the direction of Missouri? What is Missouri directionally from you? You ever spat in that general direction? We need to know. This is so fucking accurate. Did you ever fly over Missouri? Oh my God. Woo. Watch him have a track called 5:30 in St. Louis. I'm dead. Oh God, I'm working here. Jesus. Oh. Oh. Oh man, you make my makeup run into my eyes. Stop it. Oh shit. I gotta read this here document. You ever fly over Missouri? Oh shit. He passed through Missouri during his It's All a Blur tour in February 2024. Oh my God, guess what? That is within the time frame of discovery. Oh, woo, Jesus. Man. Well, we know the answer to one of those questions. The jokes write themselves. Pete, you are so right about that. You ever fly over Missouri? As a matter of fact, yes. Oh gosh. Whew. Incredible. This is why you need to shoot Auntie $2 for the docket fund. Oh, man. Happy Saturday, y'all. We're back. We're back. Hit the like button. Share the live. Oh, whew, man. Okay. Can't see for shit. So bear with me. Okay. Identify all advertising. I'm still. Oh God, you really fucked me up with that one. Did you ever fly over Missouri? These questions are so smart, but they are also a little bit shady. They really are a little bit shady. Oh God. State any time that you ever mention steak. I'm like, okay. Overly broad, Your Honor? Good God. Whew. Wow. Okay. Pull it together. Advertising campaigns for steak in which you participated that were directed at United States audiences generally or specific United States regions, including but not limited to Missouri. Describe all methods used by you or persons acting on your behalf to increase your follower base or viewership on internet platform. See, this is what I mean by the shade. They ask it about bots, y'all. This question is about bots. They looked at the other lawsuits and said, how can we conveniently slip in a question? Because they learned from those lawsuits, okay? They learned from those lawsuits after they filed their lawsuit. So how can we relevantly slip in a question about bots for our lawsuit based on what we have potentially learned from the other lawsuits that have been filed related to Drake's alleged steak platform usage? Okay. Describe all methods used by you or persons acting on your behalf to increase your follower base or viewership on internet platforms, including but not limited to Kick, YouTube, Instagram, and X in the United States, including but not limited to any strategy specifically targeting Missouri residents. Ever purchased anything manufactured in Missouri? Did you ever promote the United States flag in any way, shape, or form? One of those stars is Missouri. Have you bought anything? Oh, man. Whew. You ever fly over Missouri? Good God. State whether you have ever modified, oh, this is a good question, your steak-related content based on the geographic location of your viewers and followers, including any changes made to accommodate viewers or followers from specific states or regions within the United States. Have you ever? I'm fucking dead. Have you ever worn a Chiefs jersey or a St. Louis Cardinals baseball hat? Have you ever eaten a toasted ravioli? What the hell? Just passively, carefully slip that in there for shits and giggles. Back from the Google, Plaintiff Poppy started working with steak in 2022, so I could see a roundabout connection some damn where. Okay, done Googling for now before I get okay, yes. Uh-huh. No, well, I'm not going to airlock you. The toasted ravioli is Oh my God. Has Chubbs ever crashed something in Missouri? Ooh. This line of questioning reminds me of the senator trying as hard as he could to claim a Singaporean man was a Chinese communist national. Oh, bless your heart. I miss toasted ravioli. It's so good. I am dead. Well, I'm happy to have you here, beautiful. How you doing? What's the Missouri tea, y'all? Ooh, man, double back about 7 minutes, maybe 8. Oh boy. Ooh, ooh, great. Didn't he bet on the Chiefs? Does that count? Good job. Now we're getting somewhere. Yes, yes. You're stupid. That is brilliant. Another brilliant one. We got a smart chat. Yes, we do. Identify all business conducted in the state of Missouri, including sales, marketing, and the identity of any employees or property in Missouri. Identify and describe in detail the contractor, subcontractor, or supplier relationship as stated in defendant's suggestions in support of motion to compel arbitration and stay proceedings between you and defendant sweepstakes, including identifying all communications and agreements that evidence, refer to, or relate to such a relationship. Identifying all communications concerning that relationship, including but not limited to communications regarding your gambling on stake using house money or any funds other than your own. You're gambling. You're gambling, Aubrey. You're gambling. Okay, so you're gambling on stake using house money or any funds other than your own. You're gambling on stake during live streamed online gambling sessions. And you're gambling on stake in connection with your social media activity. And identifying all communications concerning stake forgiving any gambling losses or debts you owed in exchange for or in consideration of your promotional activities for stake, and all communications concerning you receiving any portion or percentages of users' gambling losses generated during your promotional live streams and or social media activities on behalf of stake. This is a damning accusation. The inference here is an accusation that Drake has intentionally benefited directly from user losses. Live. So that was a lot. That was a big paragraph. I'm going to read it again. Identify all communications concerning the relationship, including but not limited to communications regarding your gambling on stake using house money or any funds other than your own. Your gambling on stake during live streamed online gambling sessions, and your gambling on stake in connection with your social media activity, and identify all communications concerning stake forgiving any gambling losses or debts you owed in exchange for or in consideration of your promotional activities for stake, and all communications concerning you receiving any portion or percentage of users' gambling losses generated during your promotional live streams and or social media activities on behalf of stake. The maliciousness, the specificity of the gank, the implication of that, you can reverse engineer, you can infer from that none of this is casual. None of this is for funsies. They have they must have a detailed contractual agreement of the various ways Drake makes money based on what it is that he delivers to stake at times in real time. State whether you contend you are a third-party beneficiary of stakes terms and conditions. If so, state all facts in support of this contention. State whether you contend you are an agent or employee of Sweepstakes Limited for purposes of enforcing the arbitration provision. Okay. So I believe that is the last thing we were looking at. Yeah. Yeah, so they are saying, okay, you say that you are exempt and you didn't do anything targeted, and even if you did, this should go to arbitration and not a lawsuit, and we're testing all of that. I don't think it rises to that for me. I don't think it rises to that for me at all. Hello, beautiful. Good to see you. Tick, 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 boom. Hey, doing the damn thing. So yeah, the lawsuit continues and plaintiff is fighting hard and saying, prove it. Prove everything that you said in your motion to, you know, dismiss or stay proceedings or move to arbitration. Prove all of that. And we're going to test your declarations under oath that you have no relationship to Missouri. You have no evidence of a business benefits or an influence in Missouri, metrics wise, is genius. It really is genius. And it's so basic. It really is down to the fundamentals of like yeah, metrics. Let's see it. Let's see if the data backs up I don't have a relationship to Missouri. Is genius. If there was anything steak related during the time that he was in Missouri for a concert, that could be a problem. Like they are fine tooth comb. These motherfuckers could find a needle in a haystack. They could find a needle in a haystack. That's what this is. This is meticulous. Whoa. Slow down there, buddy. That's what this is. You know, when you come home late and you've got some like bullshit excuse that you ran in your head, you thought it was great, and you're like, I'm on lock, I'm golden, I'm good, I'm clear. And you come into the house and you let it fly, and then you try and head for the stairs. Hold on there, buddy. Wait a second. And you might be cooked. Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing right now. Wait just a second. Before you act like I ain't got nothing to do with this, we have a couple questions. Did you online gamble in Missouri? Like the specificity of these questions is apropos of the situation, but I do remember reading Steak's response and thinking they seemingly have every defense on lock. You can't sue Steak if you are a Steak user. You've already agreed that you will not sue us. You've already agreed that you will never participate in a class action lawsuit. And you've already agreed that any issue that you have will be dealt with in arbitration. And you already agreed that if you challenge the previous things, that will get dealt with in arbitration. So seemingly, they have everything on lock. And this is hold on a second there, buddy. We're going to test every letter of that sentence. Thank you, beautiful. And these are the things that we weren't thinking about the last time we talked about this case, right? And now we are. If there was a Steak sticker on anything, that's a problem. If he was actually in Missouri in the hotel and got on Steak and hosted a gambling session that night, would be crazy. But that would be super problematic, right? And that's why they're like, hold on, slow your roll. And what's interesting is one of the things that I'm picking up, whether this is accurate or not, but I'm thinking about it as I'm reading this document and as they are framing. This is why it's important to put all the pieces together. We have the definition of Drake. It's not exclusive to Steak. They said Drake, any of your subsidiaries. That means Frozen Moments and any other company. Right? And so what they are suggesting is that there is a ubiquity, the irony, of Drake being related to Steak, no matter what endeavor he's actually doing. That was running through my head as they were kind of like casting a fairly wide net over the definition and therefore the things relevant to his activities that could influence people to join and then gamble on the platform. I think there's an inference of a ubiquitous connection that where there's Drake, there is an image of steak. Thank you so much. Oh my God. Did you use steak money to pay for the funerals of those two people that died in a car crash leaving your concert in St. Louis 2024? Damn. Mhm. And anything leading up to it to promote that he was going to be coming there for the show. Every platform did steak repost, like the finite detail, old school Gemini coming through in support of the channel. Thank you so much, beautiful. Don't know. I'm not on the team. I don't know. But these are the things, right? Now we're all thinking about like, well, wait a minute. Hold on there, buddy. Yeah. So you can see why Sweepstakes Limited Stakes Partner has filed we would like a stay on discovery. We don't want to answer these questions, and we don't want Drake and Aiden to answer any of their questions or respond to the request for production either until the court rules on our previous motion to dismiss for lack of jurisdiction because no relationship to Missouri, and or our motion to move this to arbitration because you can't sue our company. Is so disturbing, I have to say. Hello, beautiful. Thank you so much. T-Mac, thank you for the $10 contribution. Good afternoon, absoluters, mods. We'll have to catch a replay. Hope y'all doing well. You're going to enjoy it. We're having a pretty entertaining morning as it happens. So, I mean, you could see how quickly this took a turn. As soon as we got to, have you ever flown over Missouri? And the chat was like, per Google, Drake was in Missouri on such and such a day for such and such a reason. It was like, oh shit. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. We want all your contracts. We want to know your splits. We want to know what your debts have been, when they've been forgiven, when you've gambled with any other money that wasn't yours. This is see, y'all really thinking about it now. When did he add steak to his IG bio? Would that count if it was before the time he was on the Missouri stops? T-Mac coming through. Thank you, beautiful. Yeah. See? Makes you think. Makes you wonder. Hold on. You are also like, let's interrogate what influence could look like. If he's got steak all over his timeline and in his bio when he's posting something, promoting something in Missouri, isn't he also promoting steak? And I think, again, this is why I'm like, this net encapsulates a ubiquity of one equals the other. No matter what umbrella he's standing under at the time, He is a representative of steak. He is promoting steak. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the support. I've been, sloughing, as I said at the beginning of this live, but the channel been down. Like I said, I got that lockout notice for the dockets, and I was like, Jesus, there's a couple zeros back there. Hello, Sniper. Some people say 2021, some people say 2022. When did he start as a user versus when did he start as somebody a actual contract? I think is the thing. And put on your, biohazard, put on your protective gear. Sprite. Sprite is crazy. Sponsors for the It's All a Blur tour were Cash App, Visa, and Sprite. I don't know why Sprite is funny to me, but that's funny. Okay. I still do. I hate it a lot. Oh, that's a beautiful thing. Don't apologize for that. That's a day well spent. That is a day well spent. So I know that next week, I do believe we're going to get some more updates and some of the other potential class action lawsuits that have been filed against Drake and Aiden and at least one other person. The God, what's his fucking name? Grand Wizard? Is that it? Right. Yeah, him too. So that'll be interesting. But yeah, they're gonna fight this every step of the way. Yeah, they're gonna fight this every step of the way. This is why it comes down to states having to take action against steak, because anybody who files a lawsuit against steak or its parent company, Sweepstakes, has to survive this gauntlet. And that's the user terms, which when you click, I agree, when you set up your account or when you log in one day and they're like, here's an update, click here. And you literally can't use the platform unless you accept the terms and conditions. And the terms and conditions say, I will never sue you. I will never be a part of a class action lawsuit against you. And if I have a problem with you, we'll take it up in arbitration. And if I have a problem with that, I'll deal with that in arbitration too. That's what the terms say. So anybody who files a lawsuit has to survive this gauntlet of trying to not have this go to arbitration. Because if it goes to arbitration, it's only arbitration for this one person who has filed this lawsuit. It's not arbitration for a class of people. And that's why it's beneficial to Stake that they have these terms and conditions, because they're literally designed to keep them from being sued in a class action lawsuit. Literally say, you will not sue us. Literally says you will not participate in a class action lawsuit against us. That's literally what their term, per their filing that we read here. That's literally what their terms and conditions say. And if you have a problem with that, we'll deal with it in arbitration. So, motion to dismiss. Judge, we shouldn't even be here. We don't have to address the merits of anything in their lawsuit because they already agreed that they would never sue us. So, if they win and they go to arbitration, it's just arbitration for one person. It doesn't matter. These law firms don't want that. They need to survive this stage and have this on a court docket so that they can certify a class of hundreds, if not thousands of people and make big money in either a settlement or a jury verdict in their favor. A strategist. Missouri, New Mexico, and Virginia. They said I agreed to be scammed. Mhm. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens and what the judge, decides. About letting them test these arguments through some initial discovery. That's ultimately what they are trying to do here. It's like, hold on a second. We can't just take them for their word. We need to stress test everything and make them prove it. And I would not be surprised if, it's procedurally correct if they get some room to do that. We'll see. Okay, wait for real. I'm starting to think all these Iceman leaks are distractions. I don't think so. I think they're desperate cries for attention and relevance. Because I think that's who he is at like his default setting is a desperate cry for attention and relevance. And don't forget, and no, it's really no, it's coming, guys. It's coming. Okay, whatever. Yeah, you're gonna have to check it out. I mean, no. They're not leaks, really. When you give it to somebody and you say, "Put this out," it's not really a leak. They're designed to look like leaks. He ain't got no real marketing money left after that whole Pinocchio fiasco. It is still remarkable, though. I mean, it is astounding if you put it in the context of Drake's entire career and his penchant for putting out albums all the time, sometimes 2 a year, and his position in the game, 2.5 years ago versus today. It is pretty incredible that Drake announced an album, started the rollout, teased the album, did not hit the target release. And it took longer than a quarter to rectify. Is almost the only evidence you need to know materially how impacted the Drake brand and persona and machine and product has been by the beef. he will never recover. Never. Yeah, I really can't wait to not listen to it. Seems to be the consensus. Really can't wait for the album to drop so I can not listen to it. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think that's gonna happen. He still can't accept it. He's still trying desperate, desperate shit and trying to revive his lawsuit against UMG, which is just absurd behavior. But people do what works for them. So being absurd and selfish works for Drake. Yeah, he thought he was too big to fail. That is an excellent analogy. He thought he was too big to fail, when in reality, nobody's bigger than the program. And in this case, the program is the culture. And that's where he fucked up, because I don't think he's ever respected real fans of hip hop and real fans of rap. I think he's catered to the people who have bought his shit. But what he was met with was real fans of rap and hip hop saying, "Hold on, buddy. Hold on there, buddy. Not so fast." The Bompton assassin is speaking. Flows Fast says, question, I know Caleb Williams is trying to copyright the term Iceman for use on merchandising. Could that also affect the album? We had a hysterical conversation last night. During the Friday Night Live, this was one of the game questions for the chat. And we looked at what is in his uh proposed trademark and what did that leave for Drake to be able to use as merch. So we had a delightful conversation last night about what could Drake's merch be that wouldn't infringe on the copyright. We came up with ice trays, a jewelry box, ice trays that had like, because I was like, what would the emblem be that would be like in the ice mold, unique ice molds. So the people came up with some very interesting ideas about what the ice mold could be. But to answer your question, if Caleb Williams wanted to make it a problem now that he has filed, he potentially could, depending on what merch Drake has for Iceman. Yes. In theory, the answer to your question is yes. He doesn't leave a lot left for Drake when it comes to what the merch could be. I don't know, babes. He's not in my algo, so I don't know. Yeah, he never cared. Yeah, never. I think it was all colonization. I said what I said. Yes, Caleb Williams from the Bears. Shit. One of them. is nicknamed Iceman, and he has filed a trademark for merch. Thank you very much, Bears. It's already out of my brain. We just talked about it last night. Yeah. So, in theory, yes, he could make it a problem depending on what it is that Drake sells as his merch. I there's no well, first of all, you don't have to do it right away. And just because you copyright something, the copyright is in this case, it's contextual to the thing that it is. It's not a general I used it so you can never use it kind of thing. Make sense? The Bears. I think it would be great though, to your point, if he didn't call it Iceman. Because Iceman has a negative connotation. Not only just the album itself, but the word ice is triggering for a lot of people. It has a negative connotation, which is crazy. Yeah, so if you looked up Iceman on the registry for copyright, who knows how many results you would get. But they're contextually relevant to the thing that they are. In this case, it would be a piece of music or a related artwork or something like that. But if you wanna go after the term Iceman, that's to lock that down in some way, you need to go for that trademark. And I don't know what he may have a master trademark that he trademarks everything under in terms of his merch. I don't know. He might not Drake might not do individual trademarks. He might have one umbrella trademark that everything is under. I have no idea. Oh, we've already yes. I'm just saying what I would prefer. We've already come to the conclusion. He don't give a shit. Yeah, that was a moment. Yeah, I don't know. But again, that would be specific to what? A comic book character and the merchandise related therein? Toys, action figures, things like that. Well, damn. Damn. But that would be specific to what that is. The story of the character. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. But That was fascinating. As I said, these people, these lawyers could find a needle in a haystack. Mhm. Probably more than once. Yeah, they probably have a whole methodology for how they go about doing that, and they're probably successful most of the time when they're able to do when they're allowed to, do that. I would agree with this. Rich B, Drake is taking Universal and cosmic L's at this point. It's crazy. So, the the struggle continues. Good lord. I was thinking the other day, I wonder when he's going to get sued again. Cuz I think it's going to happen because this is the thing. It's like people are going to try and they're just going to keep red rovering lawsuits over until somebody breaks through that barrier and convinces a judge. This needs to be on a court docket and not in arbitration. So, s- somebody at some point in time is going to be successful. But we don't know yet if this is going to be the one. We're still waiting. This case was initially filed in October. It's March. We still don't know if this case is going to go forward or in what format or forum it goes forward. They're still at the beginning stages of arguing all the fundamentals. K-Way, thank you for the $5 contribution. K-Way says, and on the road to these universal and cosmic L's, he's creating some strong enemies. His moves are very puzzling. Yeah, yeah. I think it is a I've said this before about Drake is I think his biggest problem is that he lacks perspective. I think he has a perception of himself and he focuses on that, but he lacks a perspective on himself and especially situational perspective. And is known for the double down. No pun intended. They said you're gambling. Good lord. Um and people do what works for them. So that's what works for him. I think that he is massively, massively insecure. And the way he wields his external power is how he feels in control. Very Donald-esque. Well, hey. So, and yes, more updates rolling in next week and in the coming weeks on all the other lawsuits as things are getting filed. And I'm still waiting. Drake has thrown a couple Hail Marys with regard to his appeal for his UMG lawsuit. So we're still waiting for the court to rule on one of those Hail Marys. Which God, I just hope is denied. Because if it's not, it could add years to the case. It's such bullshit. You're exhausting, Drake. Well, you never know. You never know how long lasting idiots with money. There's a 79-year-old in the White House, been around 79 years. He's an idiot with money. He's been an idiot with money forever. Been around a long time. So far, he ain't going nowhere, despite all of our, you know, efforts with Etsy witches. He ain't going nowhere. So, um, yeah, Drake going Drake for as long as Drake is Drake. Not the karma of Remick. God damn. And this is why I say never underestimate stupid people with a plan, especially if they have the resources to affect that plan, because they might not accomplish their initial goal, but they gonna leave here with something, and it will be to your detriment. And maybe to others, they don't really care. In the case of Drake v. UMG, it's to all of our detriment because it's the First Amendment on the line, while the First Amendment is on the line. I would read that comic, by the way. Just want to put that out there into the universe. Okay. That's interesting. So, what are our updated predictions on when Slushy Boy is going to release his album? Because I'm really just shocked that it did not happen. Well, at least so far, the first quarter of 2026 is almost done. We've got 10 days. So, do we think do we think that the album is going to come in the next 10 days? Or do we think it's going to come in the second quarter of the year? Well, damn. No, it's a lower court ruling and irrelevant, not even in the same jurisdiction, so I don't think it will have any reference whatsoever. February 32nd is completely disrespectful. The 33rd of Nevuary? Damn. Honestly, don't think it's coming out. What, tonight? You think the album coming out tonight? Drake? Ooh, that's a good prediction, sadly. I'm sad that it's a good prediction, but it is a good prediction. Claudia says Cinco de Mayo for the tone deafness. I think this would be such a win if it just wasn't. Nope. You're pretty sure how. He isn't going to drop before the suit gets resolved. So you don't think Drake is going to drop for another year? You do remember that when the lawsuit was dismissed, the first thing that UMG did was put out a statement telling Drake to get back on the host roll. Patted his ass, gave him a brand new pair of platforms and said, make that money. And you think that we have at least a year, potentially 2 to 3 years to wait before Drake drops another album? Hello, beautiful. Ooh, that's also disrespectful. Really? That would actually be a great title. Hell Freezes Over is better than Iceman. You think so? I don't really understand the theme of Iceman. You have something to help me out? Naruto says, I think it's second quarter because he, one, doesn't want to drop the album the same day as Yeet. Two, is scared to drop the album the same day as Kanye. Okay, touche. You really think that she's gonna make her drop about stepping on his drop? He would sue them for that. He would sue them for breach of contract. Baby. This is fair. This is fair. And if he does that, we might get the 15-minute version of what was it? Which diss track of Kenny's was 26 minutes long? Yeah, Drake fuck around and drop it on the wrong date. We might get a real gift. Ooh, I like this one. I really like this one. This one's a good one. I want it. I want it. Fuck around, Drake. Fuck around. Euphoric tatas for everybody. So we're done with that. We're back, y'all. We did it. We did it. Thank you for everybody who shoots Auntie $2 for the docket fund. I appreciate you. Iceman. Iceman. I'm not yet confident in November. Thank you. Good job, everybody. Oh, God, I don't even know. I'll let the chat answer that because the chat will come up with something incredible. Chat, what would a potential fourth diss track towards Drake be called? Wait, wouldn't it be, wait, were there only 3? Not me asking like I didn't write a book. Wow. I mean, they're not playing. They're not playing about it. Thank you for everybody who contributed to the docket fund today. Really appreciate ya. Shout out to anybody in the replay gang who does the same. Oh, I like it. I like it. And I do. I do count like that. Definitely. That's where the book starts, with like that. So I count like that. Crushed ice is crazy. The lawsuit we just looked at is Missouri. Oh.
High five. I'm bulletproof.
You never cease to amaze me, chat. Never ceases to amaze me. Sandra had a baby? Oh my God. Ooh. Damn. Okay. I'm like, that dagger has a long blade. That dagger has a long blade. Okay. I felt it. Sandra had a baby. Whoa. That's pretty genius. Hello, beautiful. Okay. That's hilarious. That's a good one. Duck Hunt is a good one. That's a good one. Ooh. Duck Hunt is a good one. It Sandra had a baby has a very specific connotation. Duck Hunt has a very specific connotation. These two things are on opposite ends of the spectrum of each other. Woo! That was hilarious. Chat stays completely undefeated. Puddle of water just melted. Just melted. Oh, that's a good one. High stakes is a good one. That's crazy. Especially since he low key called Drake anti Semitic in his UMG lawsuit. This is a good one, Pete. This is a good one. Canada Goose? That's a good one. Ooh, this is another good one. Craps. This is another good one. Popsicle is completely disrespectful. Sir. Pull out the Remick, sir. Sir. Ginger ale. That's a good one. Sandra had a baby is genius. Popsicle. Sir. Wow. Not the children's story. That's disrespectful as well. Not the children's story. Not a read along for the kids. I can't remember if it was the song title or if it was just a line. That's a good question. Even though, again, I do reference it in the second book, I'm pretty sure. Not keep your bottom up. Damn. Jello freezer poppy is hurtful. That's really hurtful. Just straight up freeze pop. Cheap ass. Apropos. Apropos. Trial Mary? Where? What? How? Again, this is very disrespectful. You could just call him Ice Boy. We had ice. Go get us some ice, Ice Boy. Wow. Zinfandel Oppie. Good for you. Good for you. The mallard ducking smoke is crazy. This is another good one. Dry ice is good. How you doing, beautiful? Oh, this is hilarious. Spritzer is hilarious. Wine cooler spritzer. Genius. But bump. I see your freeze pop and raise you a freeze pop. Lawyer Valley is also very disrespectful. Hilarious. Why you gotta bring up old shit? Tuna bagel. Woo! Mm. Wow. Yep. Oh, Aubrey. So like I said, no recovery. Sir. APAC Shakur. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. I gotta get going. This was lovely. Hit the hit the like button if you didn't already. Share this on your way out. Stay tuned for more shenanigans to come. APAC Shakur. We're done here. See you soon. Peace.